Hi, my name is Rachel and welcome to How to Connect to Necessitas. Necessitas is the Roman goddess of necessity. She is the personification of the constraining force of destiny, and she can support you with her two aspects. The first being necessity as that which is necessary, essential to create something or for something to come into being. What action needs to be taken, what needs to be focused on, what is essential and integral to something becoming. Her second aspect is necessity as that which is predetermined, predestined, and she will help you to understand and have allowance for those things that are predetermined and predestined in your life and your soul's path. So here are my top 3 tips and tools for connecting with her. My first tip is to invite her in, to call her in, to support you with achieving your goals, whatever they may be. So she will help you determine what is necessary in achieving your goal. So I want you to think about a goal that you have. Any goal is completely fine. Think about that goal and what it is exactly, very specifically, what you want to achieve. And also how you think you are going to get there. She can be really helpful with coming up with planning and using discernment around what really is necessary to achieve this goal, what is distracting me, perhaps what's keeping me off my lane, and what will keep me in the lane that's going right towards this goal. So think about your goal as a cake. Okay, so if you were to make a chocolate cake, you would be required to put chocolate in that. A fruit cake, you would be required to put in fruit cake. Be able to put in fruit into the fruit cake. So what is necessary to go into your cake, your goal? There are things that are essential to make that happen. There are also things that aren't essential, that may be distractions or maybe not part of that plan. So you wouldn't want to put chocolate in the fruit cake and you wouldn't want to put fruit in the chocolate cake. So she's going to help you to have focus and discernment on what exactly it is you want and how you are going to get there. So let's have an example. So say your goal was to lose some weight. So you're going to put into practice things that are absolutely necessary to get you there. So for you, that might be exercise. So you may want to, month 1, start 5,000 steps a day. Month 2, 8,000 steps a day. Month 3, work up to 10,000 steps a day. Or it might be necessary for you, if you're trying to improve your health, to introduce more fruit and veg. You can plan to introduce 1 extra a day for the first week, 2 extra for the second week. What isn't so necessary, what you don't want to add in to that cake mix, is going to be things like self-sabotage. So think about what is necessary emotionally and what is also necessary physically. So emotionally, what isn't going to support you in losing that weight is self-doubt, self-sabotage, any fears that you may have about being seen or the judgment of other people for actually you taking responsibility for your health and maybe the fact that you will change. What is going to support you is confidence, determination, and dedication. And she is somebody that can help you to make the choice. If you're feeling, oh, I can't do this, I'm just going to go and eat that chocolate bar, she's going to help you with that determination. Is that really necessary at that moment? No, it isn't. Think of your goal, think of where you're going, and she'll help you to stick to it. My second tip is actually an activity to do with her, and I call this Necessitas' spring cleaning, although it can be done anytime you want to make a new beginning, to create space, to create freshness and newness. And this is going to be kind of like, spring cleaning. It's about taking all of her principles and applying that onto the physical plane. So what around you is really necessary to you living a fulfilled and an enriched life? Do you have things around you that perhaps are holding, energy of things past, maybe energy that makes you feel down or self-doubting, or just not in the right place that you want to be, maybe isn't aligned with your goals? Or she might help you to create a space that is going to support your goals, for example. So, if it was losing weight, you may want to get rid of all of the food that doesn't support your most vital and healthiest self and just remove it from your house. Or if you have a business project or something you want to create, you may want to clear a space, get rid of what isn't necessary. So make a sacred space, make an altar, and have that as a place of focus. On your desk, do you have lists and post-it notes and piles of work that's other projects? No, we're going to focus on that one project. Remove what is necessary for a while, for this period of time when you need to focus, and she is going to help you with that. She's going to help you to create the space that you may need. By creating space, you're allowing something new to come in. So she's like that breath of fresh air that is going to really consider what is necessary in my space for making me feel fulfilled, for helping me feel vital and well. Whether you want to get new furnishings, maybe you have a new identity, a new evolution of self, and the colors, the clothes around you, the curtains, the flowers, they don't match you anymore, and you're going to have a spring clean with her. She'll help you with that physical way of removing and taking things away, again discerning and keeping focus on what it is that you really need. My third tip is to connect to her as a goddess of destiny. So everything that we have talked about so far, we can also apply to our spiritual life. So this is about her second aspect as a goddess of what is inevitable, what is predestined and predetermined. So she's going to ask you, while working with her, and just as a goddess, she's going to ask you to consider what is necessary for my soul's journey. She's going to remind you that there are things that come up in your life that are about the bigger learning curriculum of your soul. That there is a plan that you had for your life that your soul agreed to, before it came in this lifetime, or just this lifetime, if you believe in just one or many, it doesn't matter. But what was necessary for you to experience in your life's curriculum? What is it necessary for you to be learning? And that will help you to have allowance and to understand the experiences and the lessons, the trials perhaps that you go through. Why? What were they contributing? And why are they necessary for your growth and development? She's going to invite you into trust and surrender. So trusting that you have a plan, that your soul knows, and that you have a destiny, that you are here for a reason, and things that come up are coming up for a reason, whether they're something that you are meant to let go of, or they are something that you're meant to have, something that you're meant to experience, or something you're meant to say no to. These things have come up on purpose, that things are here for a reason. So she will help you to trust that, to trust yourself, to trust your soul and your lessons, your plan, your blueprint for life, and also to trust the creator, the divine in this as well. She asks you to come into a place of surrender about these things. So if you have any doubts perhaps, or confusions or anxieties or worries about things, she invites you to let go, to give it up. And think about the term, give it up. Up is a direction, up. Where's up going? Up towards the heavens. So when we give something up, it's about not just letting it go, it's about surrendering it to the creator, to the divine, with that trust. So a really good pose to do with her, a power pose, is to take your arms up into the air, you can't see, and have your arms up and say, I surrender this. And it's just asking for help. It's saying that, yes, I trust that this is meant to be, or I trust whatever will happen is what is meant to happen. And it's allowing yourself to be supported, because you are supported and you are loved. And Necessitas will remind you of that, that there are paths and landscapes and experiences and ups and downs in your life, and perhaps they are necessary for your soul's path, purpose and learning. So those are my top 3 tips to connect with Goddess Necessitas. If you have any questions, anything you want me to elaborate on, then please do just comment down below this video and I'll be happy to expand on anything or answer any questions for you. She is a Roman goddess, and I am a best-selling author on Roman mythology and Roman deities, and I have a book all about Roman religion, as well as many books on lots of different Roman deities, gods and goddesses, and I invite you to check them out if you're interested and want to learn more about the religion in ancient Rome and how you can connect to it now and how it can empower you. I'll pop all the links in the description below. If you don't want to share here in the comments, you can come into my Facebook group, which is a private group where you can share with our international community there and have yourself heard and seen by all of those supportive men and women. So I hope you love this video. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe and come and support me in sharing more and more goddess wisdom and animal wisdom with you. And I hope that Necessitas supports you on your path forward now. Many blessings for your future connection with her.